Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's Nectar Reading. We are going to read today about the deliverance of Aghasura and also about the Brahma Vimohan Lila. I hope the internet will be strong enough and that everything will go all right. We are in a different place today. And today we will end the Kumara Lila section of our Prince of Raj. And last reading, we were already getting introduced to this pastime of today because we were hearing that when the boys were going to the forest to play, suddenly an astrologer had arrived and had to make some calculation, and Balaram had to stay back. And that's also something that is introducing us to the pastime of today. And there was also the detail we could see, there were the demigods in the sky, often mentioned in the previous reading, who were observing, but there was a special attention made on Lord Brahma, who was watching very attentively what was happening. And that was some subtle signs of introduction to today's reading. The activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are very, very confidential, and it is not ordinarily possible to hear such activities unless one is very, very, very fortunate. So here we are being very, very fortunate by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada to be in connection to Krishna consciousness and to be able to hear the pastimes of the Lord. We am not as good prepared as usual, and usually I think we forgot to. Usually we offer our obeisances in the mind, and today I forgot to have a picture for the obeisances in the mind. So we will have to review some pictures that might be already in our heart. So we are in Sri Vrindavan Dham. I would ask you to take a little time to choose the place of your choice that in Vrindavan, particularly maybe a lila stan of Krishna, a place where there are not too many buildings or not too many other things. And please close your eyes and in your mind's eyes, choose your spot in Sri Vrindavan Dham. And when you have found it, please offer your full obeisances in the dust of Sri Vrindavan Dham. Remember your spiritual master and ask for his blessings so that today we can enter into the divine pastimes of Krishna. Now please roll in the dust of Vrindavan to your full satisfaction and feel the transcendental bliss that touch your body. You can hear parrots and peacocks. And we are now ready to enter into the pastimes of the Lord. So we will go to our first meditation, that is on Agarsura Lila. And here we have a picture of Lord Krishna who was expanding himself into the mouth of the snake. So please watch it carefully. You can see how the boys and the calves had died. How Krishna is powerfully expanding himself in the mouth of the snake. And we will have the first meditation. Maybe Shri Hari Govinda, would you like to read?
Of course, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna expanded himself within the throat of the snake until the demon's body exploded like an overripe green melon. Krishna's transcendental body contains unlimited opulences of beauty and perfect action. His elegance rivals the rising moon, and his compassion excels the comfort of soothing moonshine. Krishna expanded himself within the throat of the snake until the demon's body exploded like an overripe green melon. Krishna's transcendental body contains unlimited opulences of beauty and perfect action. His elegance rivals the rising moon, and his compassion excels the comfort of the soothing moonshine.
Please close your eyes and try to visualize the picture that we saw before as we hear the third reading.
Krishna expanded himself within the throat of the snake until the demon's body exploded like an overripe green melon. Krishna's transcendental body contains unlimited opulences of beauty and perfect action. His elegance rivals the rising moon, and his compassion excels the comfort of soothing moonshine.
Thank you. Go to the next meditation, which is very, very beautiful, loving exchange between Krishna and the cowboys. Maybe, oops, sorry. Oops. Take a nice screenshot of this picture in your heart. See the expression in the face of all the cowboys. See the garland flower on the head of Krishna. And now we go to the next one. Maybe Jennifer, would you like to read?
As Krishna ate, he moved his hands in expressive mudras and took great pleasure entertaining the boys with amusing words. They responded by telling funny jokes that filled Krishna with laughter. The blissful smiles on the lotus faces of the cowherd boys revealed the happiness of their hearts. Krishna's warm personal dealings increased the affection felt by his boyfriends. The whole scene appeared breathtaking. As Krishna ate, he moved his hands in expressive mudras and took great pleasure entertaining the boys with amusing words. They responded by telling funny jokes that filled Krishna with laughter. The blissful smiles on the lotus faces of the cowherd boys revealed the happiness of their hearts. Krishna's warm personal dealings increased the affection felt by his boyfriends. The whole scene appeared breathtaking.
Please close your eyes and try to see the beautiful picture we were having as we hear the third reading.
As Krishna ate, he moved his hands in expressive mudras and took great pleasure entertaining the boys with amusing words. They responded by telling funny jokes that filled Krishna with laughter. The blissful smiles on the lotus faces of the cowherd boys revealed the happiness of their hearts. Krishna's warm personal dealings increased the affection felt by his boyfriends. The whole scene appeared breathtaking.
Thank you. And we go to the last meditation before our reading. It's a very famous and amazingly beautifully done picture. Please take it in your heart. We go to the last reading. Goloka Vasini Mataji, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Suddenly, as Brahma gazed at the boys, he saw them as four-handed Vishnu forms, fully decorated with priceless ornaments. These forms embodied unlimited bliss, and their combined effulgences surpassed the light of millions of suns. Their bodily hairs stood erect in ecstasy, and the perspiration coming from their bodies resembled the globe like universes rising from the pores of Lord Vishnu. Suddenly, as Brahma gazed at the boys, he saw them as four-handed Vishnu forms, fully decorated with priceless ornaments. These forms embodied unlimited bliss, and their combined effulgences surpassed the light of millions of suns. Their bodily hair stood erect in ecstasy, and the perspiration coming from their bodies resembled the globe-like universes rising from the pores of Lord Vishnu.
Please close your eyes and try to see the description in your mind's eyes.
Suddenly, as Brahma gazed at the boys, he saw them as four-hand Vishnu forms, fully decorated with priceless ornaments. These forms embodied unlimited bliss, and their combined effulgences surpassed the light of millions of suns. Their bodily hair stood erect in ecstasy, and the perspiration coming from their bodies resembled the globe-like universes rising from the pores of Lord Vishnu.
Thank you. It's a very beautiful to see. We get actually the darshan of the Lord in these descriptions through the experience of Lord Brahma. And I feel it's amazing that the bodily hairs of those Vishnu form are standing erect in ecstasy, and we can imagine how Lord Brahma is watching that. That's oh, look, the hair are standing. The hair of those Vishnu form are standing, and then he see even they are perspiring. Those Vishnu form have drops of perspiration that resemble the globe-like universes rising from the pore of Lord Vishnu. So that's what Lord Brahma is seeing and what we can actually see through his eyes. Wonderful, wonderful. So I will share again the screen and we can start with the reading. Smriti, would you like to start?
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisance. I would love to read, but is it noisy for you all, dear devotees? Maybe I cannot.
Yeah, we can hear quite some stuff happening behind. Another time. But thank you.
Another time. Thank you.
let's see. Yeah, Alapji, would you like to start?
Sure, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. The bewilderment of Lord Brahma. The cowherd boys joked with one another. Oh, brothers, let us see who can run the fastest, Krishna or us. Krishna kept the lead as they raced a short distance. They stopped abruptly. However, upon noticing a peculiar sight, it was a demon, the younger brother of Putana, and Bakasur, whom Krishna had recently vanquished. Burning with anger and lamentation, the demon had come to Brindavan to avenge the loss of his relatives. The nasty, vicious demon assumed the form of gigantic, envious python with a huge mouth extending from surface of the earth to the heavenly planets. At every moment, his hideous body continued to expand. His vast, gaping mouth seemed to swallow the whole creation. Brahma and all the demigods shook in the fright at the embodiment of sin, Agha, who was appropriately named Aghasura. Awestruck and bewildered by what they saw, the cowherd boy said, "Oh, look, what is the strange mountain cave? Just examine closely and try to figure it out. Who on earth will not be curious upon seeing the unusual cave which looks like deep mouth of a huge snake? The red oxide dust flowing out of the mouth of the cave, indicating a mine of minerals, seems like this fiery, poisonous breath mixed with reddish gold sparks. Just smelling that smoke gives one severe headache. The vines and creepers surrounding the cave, which look like the hands waving us onto it, it appear like the ugly veins and arteries around the snake's gaping mouth. The smoky glow of the mountain seems like discoloration of the snake's body, caused by the poison-filled breath. Who amongst us is not overwhelmed with fear upon seeing this mysterious creature? Though disturbed with dread and doubt, the cowherd boys decided to enter the mouth of the cave. One boy said, "Oh, brothers, if it is a demon, Krishna will easily kill him and protect us." All the Gopas had firm faith in Krishna. Gazing at the beautiful smiling face of Krishna, they laughed and clapped their hands while walking toward the python. Seeing that they intended to enter the snake demon, Krishna, the prince of Vrindavan, tried to stop his friends by shouting in sweet voice that spread through creation, "Hey boys, stop. Do not go inside. It is not a mountain cave. It is a snake." But it was too late. Feeling like he had lost some of his precious jewels, Krishna cried piteously. He only thought how to kill the demon and save his devotees. Then Krishna, fully confident in his unlimited abilities, nonchalantly walked into the demon's mouth. Seeing this, demigods wailed in anguish. Alas, alas! But Kamsa and other demonic friends of Aghasura rejoiced by cheering, "Ha ha ha!" Upon hearing the distressed crying of the demigods, Krishna, the master of all mystic yogis, decided to finish Asura. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alap. Divya Kishori, would you like to continue?
Yes, Rosie. Hare Krishna. The heart of the snake shook in fear of his imminent destruction. He tried desperately to close his mouth, but he could not. Because of Krishna's superior mystic power, the snake lost all control over his movements and just sat with his mouth stuck open. He felt Krishna to be a hot, fiery spark burning his throat. A second later, Krishna expanded himself within his throat until the demon's body exploded like an overripe green melon. Krishna's transcendental body contains unlimited opulences of beauty and perfect action. His elegance rivals the rising moon, and his compassion excels the comfort of soothing moonshine. After killing the ugly demon, Krishna revived his friends with a pleasant stream of nectar emanating from his beautiful transcendental form. Then he came out of the demon's mouth with the cowherd boys and calves. Krishna appeared like the sun rising from behind a mountain. Wearing an attractive forest garland hanging to his knees, Krishna looked as gorgeous as a fresh blue rain cloud. At that time, everyone saw the spirit soul of the demon, more brilliant than hundreds of suns, merged in the body of Krishna. Who can describe the merciful nature of the Lord? First, the demon let Krishna enter his belly, and then Krishna allowed him to merge within his body. Appreciating the wonderful glories of Lord Brahma, Shiva, and other demigods offered prayers which sanctified the world as they echoed through the universe. Various drums, such as dundubis and other instruments, reverberated in all directions. The wives of the Gandharvas and Vidyadharas sang joyously in high-pitched voices. As the wives of the Siddhas beat mridangas, Urvashi and other heavenly nymphs danced ecstatically. Becoming deaf to all other vibrations, the celestial denizens submerged in the second sound waves of that ocean of jubilation. Intoxicated with bliss, they showered flowers from Nandakanan on Krishna. What more can be said? In great euphoria, Lord Shiva danced so wildly that he cracked the pot-like covering of the universe. As he danced, the crescent moon on his head poured a stream of nectar. When that nectar touched the skulls on Shiva's necklace, the skulls assumed bodies and danced joyfully with great skill. Astonished by this scene, the demigods exploded with uproarious laughter. The cowherd boys appeared like they had just left the jaws of death. They felt completely relieved and happy to see the tender lotus face of the peaceful friends of Braj. One after another, the boys embraced Krishna while talking excitedly. One said, "Oh Krishna, while we played, that terrible demon devoured us and knocked us out with a burning poison. How did you bring us back to life?" Krishna replied, "I am the perfect antidote to neutralize poison, and I also kill the poison giver. If a man smells this medicine, he will become joyful and relish it like the taste of honey. Even the dead will come back to life and enjoy sweet rasa if they smell this medicine." Krishna's amusing remarks increased the cowherd boy's loving friendship for him. Then the Lord's eternal associates enthusiastically embraced each other. Swelling with pride for his beloved friend, one boy said, "I told you before that Krishna would finish this demon, just as he had previously killed Bakasur." Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Nupur, would you like to continue?
Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, I need 2 minutes. Actually, I'm joining from the laptop, so I can read next one. I'm
Okay,
joining from battery is low in my phone. I'm so sorry.
no problem. I can give you the next slot. We can have someone else for now. Maybe Tanu, if you want to read now.
Yes, Prabhuji. The bewilderment of Lord Brahma. After saving the boys and calves from the mouth of Aghasura, Krishna, who is full of transcendental qualities, ordered his fortunate companions to gather the calves that had strayed away like wandering deer and follow him. Krishna Krishna displayed intense love and affection toward his friends by tending calves and playing with them. To bestow his mercy upon the world, Krishna performed many captivating pastimes in the mood of an ordinary boy. The cowherd boys carried bundles of delicious food items tied on sticks that rested on their shoulders. On the way, Krishna noticed an ideal spot for a forest picnic just beside the Yamuna. "Look, my friends," said Krishna, "the birds are not flying here. It is a nice, quiet place, pleasing to the eyes, and as comfortable as the lap of a mother. There are no footprints on the bank. Therefore, it is a perfect picnic site. Let the calves graze nearby while we honor Prasad." A circle of tall green trees whose branches joined overhead to form a natural canopy shaded the picnic spot. The earth, pure and white as powdered camphor, looked as though it had been washed with liquid silver. A gentle breeze, filled with droplets of water scented with the sweet smell of blossoming lotuses, cooled and refreshed the entire area. That peaceful wind felt soothing to the touch and created a pleasing atmosphere along the bank of the Yamuna. With his golden effulgence, attractive bluish complexion, and elegant yellow dress, Krishna looked like the wall of a lotus surrounded by 1,000 petals as he sat in the center, encircled by lines of cowherd boys. Krishna's intimate friends sat nearest him. They appeared like rays of the sun sitting in rows around the Lord. The innermost rays glowed with a reddish hue. As the rays moved further from the center, they displayed a gradation of colors from orange to yellow, green, blue, and violet. This rainbow like display of colors looked attractive. Although the boys sat at different distances from the Lord, they each felt that Krishna was looking directly at them when he glanced their way. This pastime confirms the words of the learned sages who claim that everywhere are the Lord's eyes and faces, as well as his arms and legs. At that time, Krishna said, "Oh, my friends, now please take all the foodstuffs of your carrying poles." Their full tiffins emitted brilliant effulgences in all directions. The cowherd boys placed their prasad on flowers or leaves, on the rocks, the bark of trees, or on their chadars. Some held the prasad in the auspicious lines of their palms, and a few put it on their strongly built thighs. Other boys artistically arrayed their best prasad on leaf plates and affectionately offered it to Krishna. As Krishna ate, he spoke sweet words that were like a stream of nectar. Moving his hands in expressive mudras, Krishna took great pleasure entertaining the boys with amusing words. They responded by telling funny jokes that filled Krishna with laughter. These blissful smiles on their lotus faces of the cowherd boys revealed the happiness of their hearts. Krishna's warm personal dealings increased the affection felt by his boyfriends. The whole scene appeared breathtaking.
You, Nupur, are you good now?
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I
Hare
can
Krishna.
read. With a flute tucked tightly in his waist, on the right side, a buffalo horn and a cow driving stick tucked on his left side. Krishna's thin, perfectly shaped waist attracted the minds of everyone. Krishna ate some pickles with his right hand while holding a nice preparation of yogurt and rice in his left palm. With his hands moistened by these different foods, Krishna looked magnificently beautiful. Brahma, Shiva, Indra, and other denizens of heaven marveled at the extraordinary sight of Krishna eating with his friends in the forest. Due to his false ego, Brahma thought himself to the supreme creator, but witnessing the awesome power of Krishna in killing Aghasur astounded him. He thought Krishna is the supreme controller of everything. Nevertheless, let me test his actual position. As one becomes a laughing stock by trying to measure the ocean with a yardstick, or measuring the sky with the hand of span. Similarly, Brahma became a laughing stock by his foolish attempt to fathom the unlimited transcendental power of Krishna. Although similarities exist between Krishna and Brahma, or between a glowworm and the sun, the differences are vast. Both Brahma and Krishna have illusory energy, but Krishna alone enchants Brahma and the entire creation. The Gopas forgot all about the calves as they happily took prasad with Krishna. During this time, Brahma silently stole their calves. After some time, when the cowherd boys looked for the calves, they could not find them. Feeling sad and helpless, they appealed to Krishna, "O beloved friend, it seems our calves have wandered far away, being greedy to eat fresh grass. Let us enter the forest and search for them." While listening, Krishna's face looked more charming than a splendid full moon. Smiling compassionately, Krishna spoke to mitigate their fear. "My dear friends, do not stop eating. Just stay here. I shall personally find the calves and bring them to you." When Krishna went to collect the calves, he looked very attractive. The wonderful effulgence of his body illuminated the entire forest. Although the area abounded with fresh grass, Krishna did find hoof prints or any other sign of the calves, even after searching in all the directions. Much to his surprise, when Krishna returned to the bank of Yamuna, he could not find any of his cowherd boyfriends. So, temporarily exhibiting a touch of bewilderment, Krishna displayed his omniscience by concluding that Brahma had succumbed to his illusory potency and stolen both the calves and boyfriends. The all-knowing Lord then employed his spiritual energy to expand himself into the exact form of each one of the missing calves and boys. Krishna miraculously appeared with all their attributes, including their individual moods, mannerism, dress, ornaments, and carrying sticks. Then, playing his sweet flute, Krishna gladly proceeded home to Vrindavan. Thank you. Krishna.
Thank you. Banu Nandini, would you like to read the following? Or otherwise, Braj Mandala, maybe are you there? Would you like to read the next?
Thank you. I will just listen. Thank you so much.
Sure. Rajandi.
As usual, the cover boys, now expansions of Krishna, dance and gleefully to the captivating sound of Krishna's flute. Their frolicking steps enrich Mother Earth with the quality of bliss. Whistling on their panpipes, they call their beloved calves and return to Vrindavan. When they arrived home, their mother showered the same affection on them that they had previously shown to Krishna. Overflowing with parental love, each mother felt unlimited joy upon seeing her son, who was none other than Krishna. Previously, the Vrajavasis had more affection for Krishna than for their own children, but now, for 1 year, they displayed ever-increasing affection towards their son, the expanded forms of Krishna. The cower boy, extension of Subal, Sridham, and others, pleased their mothers with their usual activities of bathing, eating, and dressing. Unlike other days, however, on that day, the boys did not describe the pastime they had enjoyed with Krishna. The calves ran to their respective mothers, who affectionately licked their bodies and merged in an unlimited ocean of bliss. Overwhelmed with parental love, the cows mooed with deep, loving voices and then slept with their calves. When Krishna returned home, Nanda picked him up, embraced him, and placed him on his lap. Nanda feared that his beard might scratch Krishna's delicate face, which is softer than a lotus. Lifting Krishna's turban, Nanda Maharaj smelled his head and then affectionately kissed him. Although enjoying the highest pleasure just by smelling his son's head, Nanda cried when Krishna jumped off his lamp to run to Mother Yashoda, the perfect form of parental love. Yashoda lovingly fondled her son, massaged him with fragrant oil, and bathed him to remove the dust from grazing the calves. At sunrise the next day, Yashoda and the other mothers prepared their sons for going to the forest by carefully decorating them with different ornaments. After taking breakfast, all the boys met Krishna in the courtyard of his house. Since he could not proceed to the forest without first pleasing his parents, Krishna allowed Nanda and Yashoda to caress him to their heart's content. Even then, they insisted on accompanying him to the edge of the forest. Collecting all his intimate friends and their calves, his own expansions, Krishna walked toward the forest. Thus, an entire year passed, filled with amazing loving exchange between all of Krishna's expansions and the Vrijavasis. One day, shortly before the completion of that year, Krishna took the cowherd boys and the calves to pasture near Govardhan Hill. When the cows that were already grazing on Govardhan Hill saw Krishna, they ran down the hill so fast that they appeared to be flying, leaving their own newborn calves behind. The cows displayed intense parental love towards Krishna and the calves accompanying him. In reality, Krishna had expanded all these calves. Though trying, the cowherd men could not stop the cows with their sticks. Impelled by strong motherly affection, the cows mooed lovingly while smelling and licking these calves. Neither the boys nor the cowherd men could separate the cows from those calves.
Thank you. Maybe Shri Hari Govinda, if you like to continue.
Sure, bro. The cowherd men felt pain in their legs from running after the calves. Upon seeing their sons, however, the expanded forms of Krishna, they forgot all pains and immersed in an ocean of parental love. The cowherd men felt supremely blissful from embracing their tender sons, and smelling their heads, and kissing them. Placing them on their laps, they cried affectionately, out of great joy, their chests drenched from the tears pouring from their eyes. Then, with great difficulty and reluctance, they gradually stopped embracing their sons and allowed them to return to Krishna. Balaram, although happy to see the intense love shared between the cows and calves, felt doubtful about it since the calves had already grown up and stopped sucking milk from their mothers. He pondered, aha, how astonishing! My affection and all that of the Rajvasis towards these boys and calves is increasing as never before. It perfectly resembles the love we all feel for Krishna, the super soul of every living entity. This must be a display of the Lord's inconceivable energy. Otherwise, how could I, the elder brother of that unborn Lord who wields the disk that destroys the illusory energy, become bewildered by some mystical display of Maya? Therefore, I will inquire from that crest jewel of all mystics. Balaram said, Krishna, I am amazed. I have faith that you possess superior intelligence beyond my comprehension. Now I can see that you alone have manifested yourself in the different forms of these calves and boys. They are none other than the expansions of your personal energy as four-armed Narayan forms. Please tell me, why have you done this? Honoring Balram's request, Yashodanandan satisfied him by describing the pastime from beginning to end. No one can count the unlimited waves of Krishna's blissful pastimes. After waiting a moment in his celestial time standard, Brahma returned to Vrindavan. He was totally astonished to see Krishna playing with the boys and calves just as before. Even though a complete year had passed by earthly calculation, greatly bewildered, Brahma thought, are these the same calves I stole? Or have some other calves appeared in their place? It appears the calves that I stole are all illusory, and that these are the real calves. Understanding Brahma's bewilderment, Krishna at once removed the curtain of his Yogamaya. Suddenly, as Brahma gazed at the boys, he saw them as four-handed Vishnu forms, fully decorated with priceless ornaments and holding the four symbols of the Lord. These forms embodied unlimited bliss and knowledge, and their combined effulgences surpassed the light of millions of suns. Their bodily hairs stood erect in ecstasy, and the perspiration coming from their bodies resembled the globe-like universes rising from the pores of Lord Vishnu.
Thank you. Golokavasini, Mataji.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. All these Vishnu forms of bluish hue wore yellow silken garments that glowed like lightning. They were bedecked with jeweled earrings, crowns, necklaces, armlets, and glittering golden bangles that jingled sweetly. Swarms of buzzing bees hovered above the fresh, tender tulsi garlands that hung to their thighs. The tiny tinkling bells, suspended from their golden belts, emitted delicate, enticing sounds. Then Brahma saw that space, the time factor, the three modes of material nature, the five elements, the seasons, the eight mystic perfections, the 10 directions, the presiding deities of the senses, and all the other aspects of material creation that had been subjugated by the potency of the Lord. They had taken personal forms to worship the Lord. Then Brahma realized that Vasudev is everything, the absolute truth, standing before him in Vrindavan as Krishna. With a stick, flute, and buffalo horn tucked in the sash around his waist, and a lump of rice and yogurt in his hand. The absolute truth, Sri Krishna, was searching everywhere for the calves and his cowherd friends. After seeing this, Brahma hastily got down from his swan carrier and fell before the Lord like a golden stick. He touched the lotus feet of Krishna with the tips of his four crowns. The effulgence of the costly jewels on these crowns seemed to be running out to touch the lotus feet of the Lord. The unlimited radiance of Krishna's toe rings, however, neutralized that effulgence. Merely by the touch of Krishna's splendid toenails, the effulgence of Brahma attained perfection. Offering his obeisances, Brahma bathed the feet of Krishna with tears of joy. Krishna responded by exhibiting an extremely grave mood. As the puppet master of this entire pastime, Krishna moved everyone and everything according to his own desire. He enacted the drama to show the whole universe a wonderful display of his transcendental energy. Realizing the severity of his offense, Brahma offered repeated obeisances at the lotus feet of the Lord. Then Brahma, his head bent low and his body trembling, very humbly glorified Krishna with faltering words.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jennifer, would you like to continue?
O son of Rajaraj Nanda, all glories to you. Your enchanting Gunja necklace shines brighter than the moon. A splendid forest garland swings on your transcendental body. Equipped with a herding stick, buffalo horn, and a flute tucked in your belt, you stand beautifully with a morsel of food in your hands. I glorify your wonderful transcendental body that is the source of consciousness. O Lord, you have displayed a unique manifestation of thousands of boys and calves just to bestow mercy upon me. All these Vishnu expansions are but transformations of your inconceivable energy. I cannot begin to perceive or properly praise your majestic opulences. O cause of all causes, all these boys and calves now have 4 hands. They are embodiments of bliss, knowledge, and all opulences. O unconquerable one, you are completely independent, yet you are overcome by the ocean of your own compassion. Therefore, to benefit the conditioned souls, you exhibit an unlimited reservoir of sweet transcendental pastime. O Supreme Controller, you are an ocean of transcendental qualities, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, while patiently suffering the reactions of his past karma, and always serving you with his body, mind, and heart, will definitely inherit your inexhaustible abode. My disrespectful dealings toward you and your friends are reprehensible. O ocean of mercy, I am the predominating deity of the mode of passion. Due to false ego, I became proud and blind to the truth. But please consider that I too am your servant, and therefore worthy of your compassion. Does a mother take offense when the child in her womb playfully kicks her? Similarly, you will not take offense with my misbehavior, since everything that exists is within you. O Lord, externally this material world seems to be false, but it appears very real when it is within your belly. As an intoxicated bee becomes absorbed in drinking the nectar of a flower, similarly the mind of a person who has received the mercy of a Sadguru becomes absorbed in tasting the nectar of your service. Indeed, such a wise and fortunate person is very rare in this world. Only your devotees, whose consciousness has become pure by serving your merciful lotus feet, can perceive the mysteries of your transcendental pastimes. Without rendering loving service unto you, even one who knows all the Vedas will fail to understand you. Anyone born in Vrindavan is the most fortunate of men. Also blessed are those who contact the pollen from the lotus feet of your eternal associates. Please allow me to take birth as a bird, human being, or even as a creeper in Vrindavan. I desire such a position because you enjoy the service rendered by all these creatures, such as the cows, bulls, birds, and parrots. By taking any type of birth in Vrindavan, I will give up my false ego and attain the opportunity to serve your lotus feet, which are the storehouse of unlimited treasures. Although you are the matchless, omnipotent, absolute truth, you make friends with the Vrajvasis and live amongst them as their greatest treasure. What could be more amazing than this? O Lord of creation, you expanded yourself as thousands of calves to drink the milk of Raj's cows. Who can estimate the limits of the good fortune of these pious cows? How can you possibly repay the Rajvasis who have given you everything they have? Just thinking about this bewilders my mind. O Lord, until one surrenders to your lotus feet, he will remain in a fallen condition, imprisoned by the contamination of lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, and madness. O friend of the fallen, I offer my obeisances at your lotus feet.
Thank you. Divya Kishori.
Hare Krishna.
Divya Kishori, we cannot hear you.
Yes, Roji. Having thus offered his prayers, Brahma circumambulated Lord Krishna and returned to Satyaloka. After bewildering Lord Brahma, Krishna took the calves, which were still sitting where they were a year earlier, and brought them to the bank, where he had previously enjoyed a picnic with his boyfriends. Yogis who perceive this pastime laugh in transcendental bliss. Although the boys had passed an entire year apart from the Lord of their lives due to covering Krishna's illusory potency, they felt the year to be half a moment. They said to Krishna, "O brother, you have so quickly returned. We have not eaten even a morsel of food in your absence." Illuminated by the bright smiles, the faces of the boys.
Sorry. Limited here.
Illuminated by the bright smiles, the faces of the boys looked very sweet and beautiful. After relishing this wonderful exchange of transcendental love, Krishna decided to conclude the joyful picnic and return. Yet with each scorching sunshine, Krishna and his friends put on refreshing flower garlands, noticing the remains of the huge body of the dead serpent. Agaso, the cowherd boys thought of using it as a cave for future pastimes. Eager to drink their mother's milk, the calves extended their front legs and tried to run quickly. But seeing their affectionate Krishna behind them, their rear legs refused to cooperate with the front ones, and thus they could not run very fast. As Krishna approached Vrindavan, a flow of nectar poured from his lips as he played sweetly on his flute. The ears of the Brajavasis bathed in spiritual bliss by drinking that ambrosia. Allured by the sweet sound of Krishna's flute, they hurried on the town gate to greet him. The mothers of the boys greeted them happily and beautified them by cleaning the dust from their bodies. With excitement and animation, the cowherd boys told the wonderful pastimes of Krishna. Thus ends the description of the Kumara Leela of Lord Sri Krishna.
Thank you. And please all close your eyes. We can go to the banks of the Yamuna. There is a beautiful picnic spot. Where the sand of the Yamuna look like it was washed by silver water. See all the boys sitting in cycles around Krishna. How Krishna entertained them with mudras from his fingers. See the beautiful exchange between the boys and Krishna. And how colorful is this scene. See the boys noticing the calves had come, and Krishna telling them, "I'm going, stay eating, I will look for the calves. See Krishna looking in the grass for hoof prints, but not finding any. See Krishna's moist hands filled with pickles and yogurt. See how he has the buffalo horn, the stick and the flute tucked to his waist, which is amazing, charming. Understanding everything, see Krishna manifesting the exact replica of all the boys and calves that had been stolen by Brahma. And see all of those expansion of Krishna coming back to Vrindavan, purifying the earth with their footsteps. See the amazing amount of love in the hearts of all the Brijvasis toward their own sons. See the cows so attracted to their calves, licking them as if swallowing them. See Govardhan Hill and the Gopas with the cows on the hill. Suddenly they see Krishna and the calves and all their boys, and the cows ran down the hill like if flying. Even though angry of not being able to control the cows, by seeing their boys were Krishna, the cowmen took them on their laps, cried so profusely that they were wetting their own garments. See Brahma coming back and looking at what had happened, totally bewildered by the scene. See now all the forms of Krishna and the calves becoming brilliant Vishnu forms. See Lord Brahma totally bewildered and falling at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna with his brilliant helmet. With a heart full of remorse, Brahma washed Krishna's feet with his tears. See Brahma offering prayers from the core of his heart. and see Krishna finding again his original cow voice, who told him, "You were so fast, we did not even eat a morsel." See Krishna and all the cowboys coming back to Vrindavan at sunset. Krishna plays on his flute and enchant the entire world. Please offer a prayer. Thank you so much for joining today. We have reached the end of the reading. I do not know if I have actually few sharing. Sorry, we are a little bit over time. I hope you are okay to stay 5 to 10 more minutes. Yeah. So we were hearing about, I just want to mention shortly, Agasura and the Brahma Vimohan Lila. Agasura actually represent, with sin personified, represent cruelty and violence caused by envy. And there is actually a very nice quotation of Baladev Vidyabhushana in Bhagavad Gita, where he said that envy is to see faults in an ocean of good qualities. And we know how Prabhupada wanted ISKCON to be a society without envy, where everyone is collaborating and serving next to each other. And in the Brahma Vimohan Lila, we hear that it connects to attachment, to awe and reverence, and that Brahma failed to appreciate Krishna's Madhurya aspect. But it also speaks about the illusion of pride, that Brahma became momentarily bewildered by his own mystic power. Finally, this pastime teaches submissive surrender instead of trying to manipulate material nature, which I feel it's very deep. I can see, I thought Krishna is like the sun and Brahma was like the glowworm in comparison to the sun. So who am I? I'm not even close to a glowworm, and I'm still so seriously trying to control my entire life, and sometimes even try to control others' life. So how far I am from this submissive surrender, and that I found very inspired to learn more, to leave the control of my life in the hands of Krishna. There was also this beautiful moment when the boys entered the mouth of Agasura, because they had full faith that even if something happened, Krishna is there, and also reflecting on how much faith do I have in Krishna, that he will protect me, that he will guide my life. So those are some of the reflection. I also, as we were reading, was thinking how Brahma got bewildered so much by seeing all those Vishnu form and what Krishna had done. But he also became totally bewildered when he was offering prayers, just by remembering the loving exchange Krishna has with his devotees in the Brijbasi, and he said, I'm totally bewildered. So he was bewildered in many different times. So that's what I could reflect on today. I would be very happy to hear if some of you like also to offer some reflection on today's reading, or maybe even something that you remember. Please feel free to unmute yourself. Or yes, Golokavasini Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. And especially the teachings of Brahma Vimohan Leela. It's very, very important to practically follow in my life, to give up this controller tendency. So thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I liked that the cowherd boys, they had full faith on Krishna's protection. Even demigods were fearful. Even Krishna himself was not confident of giving full protection. So, but the cowherd boys had full faith that Krishna will protect. So, this was very sweet, and this gives the lesson that even we should have when sometimes other people make us fearful or doubtful, or like, if you don't do this, what will happen, this what will you will do. So sometimes, so but like cowherd boys, they had full faith on Krishna's protection. So the same way, I want to cultivate this um, full faith on Krishna's protection. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. And we can see in Agasura, there was this point of faith. And then when we go to Brahma Vimohan Lila, we can go to letting go, to surrender to Krishna's arrangement, because we can actually surrender to Krishna's arrangement in our life when we have faith that is actually there and it is actually controlling. It makes like a nice connection between the two. Thank you. Yes, Nupur. Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for this reading sessions. Prabhuji, I have one question. Whenever I hear or listen this or read this Leela, so one question arises, like there is no difference between Krishna and Balram. So how Balram could not understand this Leela? So because after seeing how they were exhibiting their love towards, although they were Krishna only, so how Balramji couldn't understand this? Can you tell something?
Actually, the first point is how is it that Balaram did not got stolen by Brahma together with the other cowboys? And the reason was actually mentioned in the previous pastimes when we hear that Balaram had to stay back because of the astrologer. And then the question also came to my mind, how is it, because Balaram, after 1 year, especially it got clear to Balaram when he saw this scene of the cows running down Govardhan Hill, then it really, but for 1 full year, there was those amazing loving exchange. How is it that Balaram did not see that before? And I think that can only be the illusory energy of the Lord or the Yoga Maya. So Krishna is still over Balaram and could keep Balaram into this illusion for one full year. And then just at that moment when they were at Govardhan, Krishna removed a little of his Yoga Maya so that Balaram could read, oh, what's going on here, and could get.
Yeah, I guess I was reading the other day, because all these pastimes, we need to remember they are happening because of Krishna wants to reciprocate with the desire of his devotees. So here is because the Vrijabhasi all the mothers were always thinking, oh, if only Krishna will be my son, and the cows also. So Krishna wanted to fulfill this desire. So he wanted to give enough time to the Vrijabhasi to experience this. So for doing this, then Balaram had to be put it also in a kind of, not understanding this. So, but the main the driving force behind Krishna is being Bhaktavatsala. All the pastime are just happening because he wants to reciprocate according to the desire of the different devotees, then he makes different pastimes.
Thank you.
But Balramji was the first one who got to know.
Yeah.
Because he's the first expression. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Shri Hari Govinda, would you like to share some of your reflections?
Hare Krishna. Yeah, there were like so many beautiful points. I like the image of the calf's front and back legs not working because the front legs wanted to go, but the back legs, because Krishna was behind, didn't want to leave him, so they were not being able to run fast. So I found that very sweet. And there were some points like when he was doing his pastime, it is understandable that the demigods can see everything, but it was written also Kamsa and his associates were saying ha ha ha. So they must have also have some kind of mystical power to look into the pastimes. So I found that also interesting. I was actually bewildered why the cowherd boys were seeing it was a snake, but they were still going inside the snake, even with the faith. But then I was reading somewhere that it also represents our past, and through different samskaras, even though we know some things are bad, we are still attracted, we are still illusioned by it. And but having this faith in Krishna still ultimately saves us. And I guess the last point in Brahma's prayers, I think that is one of my favorite prayers, that Anukampam Susamekshamanam, that we just keep performing prayers with your body, mind, and words, and you will get Krishna's mercy and Krishna's shelter. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you, Divya Kishori. Also, you were writing that was also amazing moment when the Lord Shiva dance and water comes out of
Nectar.
And fall on the skulls, and then the skulls start to get alive and start to dance in jubilation, and everyone burst in laughter. Yeah, that was amazing. Jennifer, you have something you keep?
Hare Krishna. Yeah, nothing in particular actually, but I was just thinking it's so amazing. Like these pastimes are so, yeah, all these images, it's so impressive. And yeah, as I was just hearing all of this, I was thinking, wow, this is better than any movie you could watch in cinemas, really. Yeah, quite incredible actually. And yeah, I mean, I've heard the pastimes before, but yeah, I found the descriptions particularly beautiful and really, yeah, just yeah, how they become alive. And yeah, yeah, it's quite incredible what Krishna's doing. And yeah, how he yeah, also serves so many different purposes by one pastime. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shilpa. Alap, would you like to say a few words also?
Hare Krishna, all Vaishnavas. Yes, Prabhuji, it was fantastic experience with the pastimes and this. I really liked one sentence what Krishna mentioned, that is the antidote for the poison. It really went deep into my consciousness that when the devotees actually realize that whatever poison in our life we get affected, he is the perfect solution, he is the antidote for it. So when we realize, so we become so joyful. And also the other devotees, when they enter into the snake, I compare it to the normal people who we fall in danger, we don't realize that we are on the path of danger and this. But Krishna knows it and he slowly takes us out, he protects us, and we still don't know. We don't realize how we should be grateful to Krishna. So it was fantastic experience, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful reflection. Rajmandala Prabhu, would you like to also share something?
Thank you for all of this. That's all I can share.
Okay, thank you. Banu Nandini, are you there? Would you like to share something? So maybe Vajanti, you can.
Yeah, I also like, I mean, there are just these beautiful images here. I like also when there was all this description when they made the picnic. Yeah, that there was washed with the silver and the trees that were making canopy, and then also the fragrance coming from the lotuses coming, and all this beautiful. And another one also was actually when Krishna, when Agasura was there, then because the cover boys already were like fainted, and Krishna had tears in his eyes. But then nonchalantly he entered the mouth. So, so on one side, yeah, it's yeah, I like someone else, it's like wonderful Krishna, no? When we hear this, but he's so touched by his devotees, so like everything he's doing is for his devotee, but at the same time he remains, he has also this playfulness and joyfulness, and yeah, like nonchalantly enter inside the Agasura mouth. So this was very wonderful. And I also like it very much. Another description I like it very much when actually when Lord Brahma paid his obeisances to Lord Krishna with the crown, he touched them. So it's very beautiful. He touched the feet, and even the jewels wanted to come out also and pay obeisances. So I like also how everything is conscious. And yeah, this imagine also Lord Brahma paying this obeisance was very beautiful part also that is like a beautiful picture. And yes, also for me was like praying to be like we can also like Lord Brahma is bewildered by the pride. Also, that was one thing. So that he could not recognize the Lord. So like also love some many times in our life we can also not recognize actually the Lord. So to remain humble with humility, we will be able to see the Lord everywhere. Otherwise, we will think, yeah, I'm in control and I know. And
Thank you. I think what I will keep with me, it came very often in the description of Krishna having the flute tucked in his belt, and the horn and the coward stick, and how his waist was looking so attractively beautiful, and also the moist hands of Krishna, moist by the pickle when he was looking. So I pray and hope that today this vision will remain with me, even though we have to interact with the world and do so many things in the world. But it's nice if you can keep one picture or one scene in our consciousness as we go through the day. So thank you so much for joining. Wishing you a wonderful day, wonderful week, and Krishna willing, we meet again next Saturday to start the Poganda Leela of Lord Krishna. Okay, thank you. Thank you to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you to Kavikarnapur, and thank you to all of you, assembled Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai.